Hello everybody, welcome to Flying Through Time, a show where I look at shows and movies made throughout all of the years in time. Today I'm going to be looking at a famous Mexican show called El Chavo de Ocho, a show that used to air on Mundo Fox back in the late 70s, but now airs on like all the Spanish stations all across the United States and all of Latin America, Brazil, Asia, Russia. Basically just all around the world, generally. The show is about some kind of homeless kid called El Chavo, who pretty much got thrown out of his parents' house at age 10 for refusing to pay rent, and now just lives among the streets and in schools, doing God knows what with his friends. His friends are Colorado, Jimmer Jam, Samantha, and Vanessa. Colorado is basically some kind of guy that hates El Chavo, but secretly still loves him in the very deeps of his heart, but still gets into fights with El Chavo. Jimmer Jam is a teacher at the school that likes to violently scream at all of his students, El Chavo included, for the pettiest of reasons. Susie's basically El Chavo's and Colorado's love interest. And nothing really more, honestly, other than loving a whole lot of lollipops. And Vanessa just sort of sits there throughout all of the show's run. What El Chavo is mostly about is that they cover various aspects of life, even the taboo lessons, such as the dangers of being around pools, PTSD, and and attention, all through the style of slapstick and gigantic hands. Originally, El Chavo was planned to be played by a 8-year-old kid, but unfortunately, there were no 8-year-old actors at the time, so they just got a random middle-aged comedian, and just told him to go whatever off script. The show El Chavo was a smash. The show Chavo was not only a smash hit in Mexico, but also in Brazil, Colombia, Canada, Japan, and South Dakota. But what country really takes the cake is Cuba, as it's alleged that Fidel Castro was such an El Chavo fan that he invited the actor to play El Chavo to help run his country. He denied for obvious reasons. Poor Fidel Castro. As for my thoughts on the show, I love it. I've not seen such more brilliant carnage slapstick than I did in like any of the shows I've seen on Hulu or Canada's streaming service. All the shows are have a consistent flow to them from start to finish. All the characters are well fleshed out and much better than you see in any of your other anime nowadays. No, don't leave that in. All the characters are far more fleshed out than most of the Mexican sitcoms you see nowadays, even American ones, and is filled to the brim with such memorable quotes. And if you've seen it dubbed, memorable voices and dialogue changes.
The best show of Mexico and Tijuana and Latin America, El Chavo de Ocho.
I came now because randomly invited me on yesterday for to come to watch soccer in the television. Do you watch the times of soccer in the TV?
And of course, with all big series and franchises, it got a movie, where the actor of El Chavo was replaced with Nicolas Cage, and was about El Chavo traveling to Italy to meet some kind of alien there and learn about alien life. The film was actually pretty good, even with the English dubbing. It was pretty good for its time.
Here, El Chavo, you see the Leaning Tower of Pisa. This was brought over by a bunch of French European developers back in 1984.
Okay, that seems really interesting.
Although, we can't talk about El Chavo without talking about its finale, where El Chavo spilled his ice cream cone and started crying throughout most of the time. It's what the fuck? What kind of fucking ending is that? God damn, bro, think that out of ideas. Much like all popular animated series, El Chavo eventually got one in 2005, where it covered topics and jokes that can't be done in live action, such as playing basketball and racing. So in short, El Chavo's a good show. I'd recommend it. It's on Netflix, Hulu, the Xbox streaming thing, Glue streaming services, computer streaming, that upcoming Disney one, that Comedy Central streaming one, streamer services, and in paper book formats. Thank you all. Like and subscribe, ring that bell, support me Patreon.